guys, Ray from Whimsical Pictures here, today bringing you just a really simple little tag video. This is the 10 questions tag that's been going around. I can't actually pronounce the name of the channel that started this tag, so I'm just going to put the link to their video and their channel in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Obviously I wasn't tagged in this because I've been AWOL for a while, but I've seen various people I follow do it. I think Bizarre Individual did it, maybe Base Jalarin. And I just really wanted something nice and simple and easy to sort of get back into the swing of things, so that's what we're doing today. And the first question in this tag is, what, in your opinion, is the best of the big three? My Hero Academia. No, obviously. This question is referring to Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, which were certainly the biggest anime and manga franchises in America back when I was first getting into manga and anime, in middle school and high school. I don't read any of them right now. Obviously, two of them are finished, I think. But, you know, just in terms of my tastes, I don't really read a lot of shonen manga anymore. So I kind of have to go back in time to answer this question. And if we're talking in terms of like what I was obsessed with when I was in high school, that would be Naruto. I never really got into One Piece because when I was younger I thought it was ugly, so I never wanted to read it. And then Bleach, I don't know, I was just never as into that one as I was into Naruto. I liked it for a while, but then I got bored with it pretty quickly. But Naruto I kept up with for a good decent while. Like, I think I read all the way through the Akatsuki arc and the Pain arc before I started getting into other things and kind of fell off the bandwagon. But, you know, I have a lot of warm memories attached to it still. You know, everyone at my lunch table was really into Naruto, and we were always talking about it. And I had a close friend who cosplayed Itachi every year at the local anime convention. You know, my first fan fiction and my first doujins were like Inuyasha and Naruto, so there's that. And there's still like whole swaths of that manga that I would consider to be up there among the best sort of battle shonen. I really like the Chunin exams. That's like peak Naruto for me. But yeah, I don't really read those types of series anymore, so I'm not following them now, but based on the past, I would go with Naruto. Number 2 is, what, in your opinion, is the best new shonen after 2015? Again, I don't read that much shonen manga, so my answer is going to be probably pretty predictable, but I have to go with The Promised Neverland. This is the Shonen Jump series. It's really popular right now. It's getting an anime next season or the season after that. I don't remember precisely when, but I'm very excited about it. This series is unique, it's suspenseful, it's spooky, and I love this sort of creepy storybook art style. Big fan of that. And I really love Emma as a heroine, and it's really nice to see a mainstream shonen title like this, you know, with a female protagonist, who is brave and hot-headed and tough. Yeah, it's a really good series. Just like everyone else has been saying. So that's my answer. The Promised Neverland. Number 3, what is your oldest volume of manga? So in terms of both original publication date and like actual publication date of the volume, I think that that is back in America, so this is the pocket edition of this series, but I do own the original first volume of the tankobon editions of The Rose of Versailles. And that one, I don't know, I bought it in some lot somebody was selling from like their Japanese grandmother's basement. So it's originally published in 1974, that volume. Um, so that's easily like the oldest thing I have in my collection. I think the next oldest volume I have is from like the 90s. So, yeah, and in terms of publication date of the series too, which has started its run in 1972, I have a couple books that are like 60s series, but like I'm a 70s girl, so. Number 4, what is your newest volume of manga? That would be this volume 3 of Nettaigyo wa Yuki ni Kogare. Suddenly I can't speak Japanese anymore. Nettaigyo wa Yuki ni Kogareru. So the subtitle says A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, which might be the most Yuri title ever. I think Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl might have it beat, but this is like a close second in terms of sheer Yuriness of the title. This is a cute series. It's more in the vein of like cute girls almost kissing and like staring at each other longingly than like the smuttier Yuri, like I don't know, Citrus. It's soft Yuri. Almost too soft, I would say. I just want them to smooch already. But it's cute. It's about two girls in like the Japanese coastal countryside who are in their high school's aquarium club together. And their high school has an aquarium, so there's lots of fish and lizards and beaches. And most importantly to me, this is actually set in my prefecture, Ehime, which, like, nothing is ever set in Ehime because nobody cares about Ehime. But the author here is, like, an Ehime native, and so, like, all the side characters speak the local dialect and everything. And it's pretty rare for me to find, like, authentic Eoben in anything. So, you know, it's nice to be able to, like, understand the dialect perfectly. And just, like, it feels, you know, it feels like I'm reading about home. So, would I recommend this to people who don't have a particular attachment to Ehime? Maybe. If you're looking for a soft Yuri, you could do worse, but it's pretty run-of-the-mill, I would say. But I'm collecting it because I like it. Number 5. Who is my favorite manga character? This answer never changes. This is Yuki Soma from Fruits Basket. It's just like, he's basically me. He's like, I've never related to a fictional character as much as I relate to him. And particularly when I was first reading the series in middle school, like, his struggles and watching him overcome, like, all the shit that life has thrown at him, it saved me. Like, I feel confident in saying that, you know, that series and his part in it specifically, you know, saved my life in a very dark hour. So, I don't know if that answer will ever change, because, you know, that's the kind of, like, deep, life-changing effect that you only get from fictional media, like, a couple times in your life, I feel like. So, barring some, like, fundamental change in who I am and what I believe, he'll probably continue to be my favorite. Number 6. This says best waifu or husbando, but I don't really like that wording. So, you know, anime wife or anime husband is probably fine. Best girl, best boy. And I am bisexual, which means I get to answer this twice. Yeah. Best boy is gonna be my homeboy Ginkgo from Mushishi. I love his design. He is fine as hell. I like his green eye. Uh, I like his voice in the anime in both languages. Uh, he's like smart and serious and like, but like not too serious. He still has a sense of humor. And he's like quiet and contemplative and in tune with nature. There's a lot of reasons to read Mushishi before the main character is hot, but like there's also that, so Ginkgo. And then best girl, I have to go with Lulu Yurigasaki from Yurikuma Arashi. I just love Akiko Morishima's designs. I think her girls are so cute. And Lulu, like, she's just so like bright and cheery and funny. And like loyal to her friends. And to Ginkgo, who she loves. And her backstory made me cry. So, yeah, that's best girl, Lulu. Number 7, do you have a guilty pleasure manga? Obviously not in terms of like literally being guilty, but like I also feel like that's not what that term means. And people know that that's not what that term means, and like people who argue that is what that term means are being pedantic. So yeah, I have a guilty pleasure manga. I, despite all of my issues with it, continue to keep up with Seraph of the End. I know it's not a great manga. Like, it's not the worst thing ever, but like, it's really dumb. Like, it's so, so dumb. And like, I don't have good reasons for liking it. I just like vampires, and I like the vampires in that series. And I'm vampire trash, and I just need more vampires in my life constantly. So, and you know, I kind of want to know what happens, so I keep up with it. And if you didn't know, my Twitter icon for like 2 years has been the Vampire Queen from Seraph of the End, because basically she is what I would look like if nobody cared. I would definitely be like a sexy gothic Lolita vampire queen with pastel pink twin tails. Like, that would be me in a world where I didn't have to dress for the office. Just being real. Number 8, how do I organize my manga? Currently, it's kind of just set up wherever it fits. But, like, in theory, like in an ideal world, it would all be set up by author last name, because I collect authors. So I tend to like to have a certain author's books kind of all together. So I like Usamaru Furuya. I want all my Furuya books together. And when they're not together, I feel like they're lonely, and I want to put them together. Number 9, what manga character would I call my hero? This would be All Might from My Hero Academia. Obviously, he's extremely heroic. He's just a great parody of like classic American comic book superheroes. He has a great catchphrase. I love both of his designs a lot. He's a great father figure and mentor figure to Deku and a lot of the other characters. there is one point in the series where he uses an attack called Denver Smash, and I don't think I've ever been as proud of my home state as I was in that moment. But more than anything, I really like, the sort of central message in My Hero Academia of like the importance of hard work and doing your best at all times. Like, it's not the most like unique message or anything, but it's one that's really important to me. Something I really value is a good work ethic and, perseverance and always doing your best work no matter what. And I feel like All Might kind of like embodies that. And I like that. So, All Might, My Hero Academia. And then number 10 is the last series I dropped. I haven't been dropping series so much recently because I've mostly been picking up series that are like 1 or 2 or 3 volumes long. And like, honestly, I know my taste pretty well at this point, so I don't tend to pick up series that I don't end up liking, which is good. So I guess my answer to this would be one that's kind of not so much dropped as put on hold, and that is one of Shuzo Oshimi's currently ongoing series. I love Happiness to pieces, so I'm keeping going with that one, but I have put on hold Chi no Wadachi, which is his other ongoing series, which is about like this sort of creepy yandere relationship between a mother and her son. It's just like I like him as a creator, but like his worldview is so dark and so cynical and so like twisted and soul crushing that I was just like not here for it in the moment. I was like, God, my life is stressful enough without reading stressful manga. So, I put it on hold, and I feel like, maybe one Shuzo Oshimi title at a time is the better way to do things for me. So, like, I didn't hate it or anything, and maybe I'll pick it up eventually, but for now, like, Happiness is the superior Oshimi title, so that is the one that I am keeping up with. And that's it. That is the entire tag. I'm not gonna tag anybody because I don't know who's done this or who hasn't. I'm pretty out of the loop right now. But hopefully I'll be back sooner rather than later. And until then, happy reading, guys.